Welcome back to The Pulse. With now here at Film Studios is Joseph Sciscento, who is running for re-election as Las Vegas Justice Court Judge, Department 2. Judge Sciscento, thank you for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
It would be our pleasure. Judge Sciscento, tell our viewers a brief background about yourself first before I go into some relevant questions.
All right. Well, my name is Judge Joseph Sciscento. I'm the current judge in Justice Court Department 2. I moved here to Las Vegas in 1991. I started practicing law in 1991.
Oh, okay.
I was practicing for about 18 years.
Wow.
And then in 2009, there were 2 openings for Justice Court, and 29 people applied, and we went through about 3 months of interviews. And the county commissioner then, the group selected 6 people to go on to see about being selected to become the Justice of the Peace. 2 people came out of there, Judge Tobiasen and myself. In 2009, I was appointed to the bench. And I ran in 2010, 2012, and 2018 for re-election. And I've been on the bench since 2009.
Wow, that's almost a career already. What kind of cases are usually dealt with at Department 2?
We do a bunch of different kind of cases. We had misdemeanor cases. So if somebody gets arrested for a misdemeanor, we do the trial on that without a jury.
Yes.
If a felony, murder cases, sexual assault, those kind of cases, we do arraignments, and then we do preliminary hearings where we ask the state to present enough evidence to see if a crime was committed and the person may have committed the crime. If we find probable cause, we then send it up to district court for the jury trials. We do evictions, we do temporary protective orders. If somebody is harassing, stalking somebody, we have hearings on those. We do traffic tickets, and that's mostly, most people come in front of us because of traffic tickets.
Traffic tickets.
A lot of people get traffic tickets, they don't even
Yes.
realize, but the judges are the ones that handle it.
So when it comes to criminal cases, it's more like a court of fact-finding, and then it gets what is the term? Transmitted to the district court.
We call it bound over to district court.
Bound over to the district court. Yeah.
We have they actually present their evidence and their witnesses, and the state presents their witnesses, the prosecutor, and the defense presents their defense. They can present witnesses if they want. They cross-examine. They ask questions of all the people that are there, the witnesses, the police officers. They question them, and then the court, me and the other judges, we make decisions on whether or not is there enough evidence that a crime could have been committed,
Yes.
and that this person could have committed that crime. And at that point, we send it up to district court.
I see.
For misdemeanors, though, the batteries, petty larcenies, theft charges, those kind of charges, we actually hold a trial on that.
Oh, I see.
And I am the finder of fact, and I'm the jury, basically, and I make a decision of whether or not there was the state proved the case beyond a reasonable doubt.
Thank you. I'm being educated right now. Judge, you are running for re-election. This is your 3rd re-election bid, right? Or the 4th?
Well, this will be the 3rd full term.
Yeah.
So when I was appointed in 2009, the statute says you have to run on the first available election.
I see.
So I ran in 2000, I was appointed in 2009, 2010 I ran, unopposed, and then 2012 was the end of the term. So I ran for a full term from 2012, and then 2018 I ran for another 6-year term. And giving my time on there, this will be my last term. This is it. I'm going to finish up on my 3rd term and be done.
Yes, but unlike the 2018 election, if I remember correctly, you ran unopposed. You were the only candidate for Department 2.
That makes it easier, yes.
Yeah.
The 3 prior times that I ran, I was unopposed.
Oh, you were
ran against
also
me, yes.
on the other 2. You were
Yes.
unopposed. But this time, you have 2 public defenders challenging you. How is this going for you in the campaign?
Well, we're out there meeting everybody, talking to all the voters out there, talking to the general public, meeting people in the Asian community, in the Filipino community, you name it. We're out there talking to everybody and just reminding them that I've been on the bench for 15 years. I've had some of the highest ratings from the RJ, the Review Journal, where they have judging the judges.
Oh, okay.
Those are the people that actually come in front of you. the prosecutors, the defense attorneys, the civil attorneys. They then get together and they rate the judges. On all of those, I've had high retention marks. In other words, the people that appeared in front of me have asked that I be retained. I think the lowest I got was an 86% retention rate. I've always been up in the 90s.
Wow.
So we're out there, though, talking to all these different people. I've got the support of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, the PPA, the prosecutors.
Yes.
The Clark County prosecutors have endorsed my campaign. The firefighters, Las Vegas firefighters, have endorsed me. I've got a few of the unions. Most of the unions have come in and endorsed me. The Teamsters, National Organization of Women have endorsed me.
That's
so
wonderful.
we've got a lot of, I've got SEIU, Culinary, they've all endorsed my campaign.
You've been, everybody sees the good things you're doing, I guess, But what changes for the better in running Department 2 you had come up with since being in the bench?
Since 2009, there's been a lot of changes. Since I moved here in 1991, boy, we've seen the community just grow. It's expanded. It's amazing. But we've made a bunch of changes. We have a new thing called the Resort Corridor Court, which is the Las Vegas Strip area. We're trying to cut back on the crime that's committed down there, including we got a lot of homeless people who are down there. So instead of just arresting the homeless and put them in custody, we have different programs, and we work in conjunction with other judges.
Yes.
Judge De La Garza runs community court. Judge Wood is running mental health court.
Yes.
We have all these different kind of courts that we use. So when a person who's homeless or transient is living, is arrested down there for trespass, we try to get them into programs that can help them. Instead of just put them in custody, have them there, serve some time, and then put them back on the streets, we're trying to make it so that we can get them into programs that can help them, so that maybe we can deal with the homeless population and the problems down there. People who are hooked on drugs, we try to get them into programs. Doesn't work all the time, I understand that.
Yes.
But we're trying. If we just keep doing the thing we're doing over and over, it's not going to change anything.
Right.
So if we can take control of the problem right now, that's what we're trying to do. Also, we're trying to deal with the prostitutions that are down there, the theft that is occurring down there. So we're trying to get them out of our society so people can go down and enjoy going to a Knights game, enjoy going to the Aces, which is a great time. Just going down there and having going to the restaurants or going to the casinos.
Yes.
We want to make sure that not only the people who are visiting, but our community, the people that live here are safe. And so we work in conjunction with the police, the district attorney's office, the resort corridor casinos.
Yes.
They're working with us to try to deal with all the problems down there, and they're working together. So it's a joint effort to, one, try to cut down on the crime, and two, try to give assistance to people who need it that we can help. Because if we start taking care of the homeless problem now, hopefully it won't get out of control. If we just sit back and do nothing, it's going to get worse. So, and I'm not saying it's just me that's doing it. We have a lot of people working with us, and it's very good to see Las Vegas communities come together.
I could imagine, and the more resource that the court system can tap,
Oh yes.
the better for the community. We are towards the end of our interview. What would you like to say to our Las Vegas voters out there? It's your pitch.
Thank you. Like I said, I've been on the bench for almost 15 years come July. That's a lot of experience. Prior to even being on the bench, I had 18 years as an attorney here in Las Vegas. I've lived here for 33 years. My children were born here, raised here. My mother is buried up in Yerington, Nevada. I'm a Nevadan. I'm here. We've got a lot of experience I've had on the bench, and it's very important we maintain that experience because we just had 5 new judges come in in the last 2 years. Very well-educated judges, but they're new to the bench. When I first took the bench, even though I practiced for 18 years, I would turn to people who had more time on the bench and say to them, how do you do this? What do you do this? It's a different way of thinking. And it's important that we maintain a balance of getting new judges and judges who've been there for a while. We're going to, in 2 years, we're probably going to give up another 2 judges. They're going to retire. And so to maintain some experience is very important.
I could imagine.
And the newer judges are very brilliant and very smart. but we have to maintain something where we have some experience and the new people coming in, so we understand what the court is doing and where it's going, where it's been, and why we
Yes.
do that. I always tell people, look, I may have gotten more gray hair, but I haven't lost any gray matter.
Okay.
It's so important that we turn to the people who've got the experience and we say that, it's important that we maintain that experience and use that. And that's an important thing to keep on the bench.
I agree with you. It's like there's always a saying, when you don't know about these things, ask our older folks. They have the wisdom. They've been through it. It's same thing with the profession.
Yes.
Like doctors, young doctors would always, find out or ask questions from, more experienced physicians. So good point there, Judge. Well, thank you for joining us today here at the Pulse.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I love this.
It was our pleasure. I'm Sam Buban.
And I'm Sarah Obal. Until next week, thank you for watching.
God bless your week.